How are ya? Rise and shine. It is Sunday morning. It is February 18th, and this is Coffee Talk. Rise and shine. Good morning to you. I'm WESH 2 First Warning Meteorologist Eric Burris. We are tracking another cloudy and wet, soggy, not perfect day. I've got the radar there in the bottom corner, and there is a lot of cloud cover, a lot of moisture moving on into the area. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just kind of look outside, right? There's our tower cam shot in downtown Orlando. And yep, goes kind of without saying, doesn't it? Just all the clouds, all the rain. Yeah, it's not perfect. Let's take a peek on our first warning live Doppler radar. And I just want to loop this, and you can clearly tell, like there are some little windows, little ribbons, if you will, of quieter conditions, little drier slots here or there. It's not going to be one of those setups where, you know, you're going to see a drier day in some spots versus others. It's pretty much going to rain everywhere, period. End of story. And because of that, we need to be prepared to like run the Daytona 500 tomorrow. just saying, right? All right, let's zoom into the metro, see what's doing on our first warning live Doppler radar. And you can see that ribbon of moisture kind of clearing out little bit by little bit for downtown Orlando. I do think that we'll be able to get some better weather. Here, hold on a second. How can I do coffee talk? I already drank all my coffee, so now I need to get my protein shake. Bear with me. Is this important enough to stop what I'm doing and talk to you and do it? Yes. Because this includes caffeine, and I need some caffeine. All right, so there's downtown. You can see a little drier slot. Moving into the metro here in the next couple of minutes' time. Let's zoom up to the north a little bit. Heavier rains around Marion County. You see that? Ocala, you see those darker greens moving in. Flagler, Volusia County, drying out just a little bit. Speaking of Flagler and Volusia, hold on. Let me pop up the Daytona tower cam here. All right, yeah. Doesn't take a meteorologist to see it's raining over there at the Speedway. Am I discombobulated? Yes, I am. Do I apologize? Yes, I do. All right, so the World Center of Racing, ish today. Sorry. This is not going to be a home run great forecast. I think actually this is, okay, going to be probably one of those race days where we do need to move it. 90% coverage of rain through the day. I think 100% of us are going to get wet, but at any point, 10% of us are going to be missing out on the rainfall. So yeah, there you go. Turning breezy, 10, 15, even gusting to 20 miles an hour, but it's going to be raining through the day today. Taylor says, it doesn't look bright over here in Daytona. Yeah, I mean, maybe the tower cam's kind of irised up a little bit. That's a possibility. Dana says, so what do you see for concert at Universal tonight at 9 o'clock? Rain. Rain. They rescheduled it until 11 a.m. tomorrow. I've not seen anything from NASCAR about the 500. Daytona 500. I don't see anything from NASCAR about that. I know that other races were rescheduled. All right, so I'm looking. The Daytona, 14 hours ago was the last update from Daytona. They said, due to inclement weather, NASCAR today announced that the NASCAR Xfinity Series United Rentals 300 at Daytona International Speedway has been postponed until Monday at 11 a.m. The 500 has not yet been rescheduled. So I'm just here telling you, though, the forecast for the 500 should have them rescheduling it. Whether or not they do it yet, that's not my call. But here's what we're looking at for the race itself, right? Rain. So let's do this. Let's dial up Futurecast together and let's get an idea of exactly how this looks together, okay? You're not going to like it. If you're a race fan, that is. This morning, I think Futurecast is doing a good job pinpointing those widespread rains, 10, 11, 12 o'clock. Remember, in order to get the race going, you need to be able to dry the track. It's still going to be pouring at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So yeah, there you go, right? All right. So that's lunchtime on Futurecast. Still pouring rain. 3, 4 o'clock, still pouring rain. 7 o'clock, still raining. 8, 9 o'clock, still raining. By 11 o'clock, I think what ends up happening is once we go to bed tonight, we'll be able to clear this out. And by tomorrow, much, much, much better. There's midnight. Look into tomorrow morning. When we wake up tomorrow morning, 6 a.m., a few light showers, and then, talking about 11 o'clock time frame for the Xfinity race. Like, there you go. That looks great. Into tomorrow afternoon, that looks great. So if they end up running the 500 tomorrow, I think we're going to be in good hands weather-wise. Yep. All right. Brian's asking about the winds at the Speedway. I can tell you that the winds across all of Central Florida are going to be running about 10, 15 miles an hour through the day today. A live look at winds show things running about 5, 10 miles an hour, but it's still early, right? And by the way, live temperatures, just because, we kind of glossed over it, but it's cool. All right. Temperatures in the 50s, area-wide right now. And with the showers, it's anything but. Terry says the Daytona 500 will be rescheduled, just speaking from experience. This is the second. It's a 2.5-mile track, not going to get dry enough to race. I would agree. I think 100%. I've been doing Central Florida weather for well over a decade. I've been in the weather game for 22 years. I'm going to see this rescheduled to tomorrow. Pretty sure. Unless somehow the rains clear out, but I just don't see that happening. All right? I have to tell you, this is kind of a funny perspective. I love doing the cheeky stuff, right? So the temperature roller coaster, have to pull this out. The temperature roller coaster, just remember Friday we were right around 80 degrees. Today's high temperature is 60 degrees. So it's cute. It's funny. We already showed Futurecast, but how much rain are we looking at getting through the day today? How much more rain are we looking at? So here's through midnight. I'll do 11 p.m. Futurecast just reran and is consistent on a pretty good chunk of Central Florida, getting an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain. All right? So we've already seen some pretty good rains. I think that we've got more pretty good rains to fall. So when we look at our forecast for the rest of our holiday weekend, I would say today, cloudy and wet, blah. Tonight, gradually clearing. And by tomorrow, much better. Much better forecast. Taylor says, I normally love roller coasters. I don't like this one. Yeah. I get it. I agree with you. This is one roller coaster I don't love. But, it's kind of funny. And, we have to remember, too, this too shall pass. This part of the weather pattern, though, is the last little part of the weather pattern that I need to put together my long-range hurricane forecast. What's it doing? Look at the bottom corner. You can see that area of low pressure popping on up. Exactly where it should be, exactly when it should be. What a time to be alive. Love that. Love that for us. Norman says we've only had 0.3 inches of rain so far. For the day or for the weekend? Let me look here at my weather station at my house. So far today, I've had 0.6 of an inch of rain. Yesterday, I had 1.22. So we're closing up shop at almost 2 inches of rain for the weekend. Now, that said, actually, I can do it here. Hold on a second. Let me get this dialed up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Nope, wrong link. Nope, wrong link. This is the link I wanted. Okay. Let me get this turned around. Paste. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to look at some rain numbers together. What you're looking at is temperatures. Give me a second. All right, historical. Let's do precipitation starting yesterday at midnight through now. And I'm going to filter anything out that's an inch or less. So what we're looking at here, these are all the weather stations that we kind of get access to, okay? Basically all the weather, just about all the weather stations in the area. And you know what? I'm going to make it bigger. But you can see these are kind of some of those numbers. So down here I saw, closing over 4 inches of rain in Davenport, like the Four Corners area. Polk City, 3.79 inches of rainfall. Out near UCF, 2.37 inches of rain. Let's get it load. 2.52, that's Altoona. So these are some of the weather stations that I was talking about this morning on West 2 News, Sunrise, some of these. Castleberry, 2.31, it looks like 2.37 in Waterford Lakes. So, the rain numbers are continuing to climb, right? Yep. There's the reason why, that big storm system. So here's where we're at. Let's just chat about where we're at, okay? So for the next couple of days, we've got some of those showers. Let me take out the little box in the corner. Today, 100% coverage of rainfall. It's funny. Nancy Kendrick messaged me this morning and was like, I can't think of the last time we had a 100% coverage of rain outside of a hurricane. It's like, well, that's where we're at. Then for tomorrow, sprinkles in the morning, then clearing. It's going to look better and better and better through the day. But those temperatures will remain cool. 64 is our high temperature. Then sunshine for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. A few showers on Friday. Then turning sunny for next weekend. So, yeah, gotta love that at least. All right, questions, comments. Ooh, who's that good-looking weather guy? The magic of TV. All right. Cool like a mullet. That's right. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. Everybody. Rain is back. All right. Campeche. Rodney says, Ocala rain nonstop since yesterday. Yup. Time for the famous Burris soup. Which one do I need to make? I got Chick-fil-A soup for lunch yesterday, so I did have some sopa. What do you like to do on a rainy day? So yesterday, I'll show you. Yesterday, so Alexander and Eric have decided to live in the same room and sleep in the same bed, but children, like weeds, grow. So they have eventually outgrown themselves and their little situation. So now we've got what looks like a Burris bed breakfast. Have to show you. This is the kids' room now. I bought another bed, and now they have matching beds. This was my rainy day activity yesterday. They have matching beds. We've got the quilts that Mamacita made for them, and now they can have a little bit of extra space to sleep and to do their things. So, yeah. That's what I did yesterday. Today, probably thinking the Science Center, something like that. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Clouds and rain. What are you going to do? They need bunk beds. At this point, I think we're still too young for the bunk beds. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking too young for bunk beds. Yeah. Mike says, took the wife out yesterday for our experience anniversary date. Everything went awesome. My first experience of a pedicure, too. Oh, that's fun. That sounds like a good time. Shauna, let's see here. Am I safe to drag my canopy out to put over the smoker for a few hours to smoke some venison jerky and then immediately it comes down? Listen, it's going to be breezy, Shauna, so I'd anchor the thing. But, yeah. Taylor, funny story. One of my teenage Teenagers Teachers is obsessed with the Backstreet Boys. They're doing some kind of presentation and sneak something with the Backstreet Boys in there. They get extra credit. Luckily, she already knew what they were in big songs. See, Mom, you know what's up. My son wants to play video games, so once a week they get like an hour where we play original Nintendo. And so if you saw on Twitter yesterday, I tweeted like Mario 2, the only good thing is the music. It's because little Eric pulled up Mario 2. Angie's asking, any chance the rain lets up for a couple of hours for the 500? I don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Yeah, widespread rains, even pockets of heavier rain. I just don't see it happening today. Sorry. Jeannie, the wife, Jeannie, says these boys will jump off and fall through the second floor. Yeah, we're not ready for bunk beds yet. Yeah, definitely not ready for bunk beds yet. Lauren says IKEA Kura bunk beds. The bottom bunk is on the floor. That's what we have for our young boys. Lauren, I just bought the dang beds, okay? I don't need to go buy more beds, y'all. When they get bigger, they can get. But what's nice about these beds that we bought them is that it's open on the bottom, so when they and you know this is going to happen, when they finally decide like, I want my own space, and then they go back to sleeping in their own rooms, I can add a trundle to the bottom. So like when they have sleepovers, we can do that. So that was what I was thinking, was trying to think for the future. Eliza, before you know it, they'll be calling you from different areas in the country or maybe other countries. This is why I want to buy an airplane, so that I can fly and see my kids at any point in time. And then I don't have to sleep with them. I'll just sleep in my airplane. Mark from Indiana. El Nino causing your rain yesterday and today. Will the same pattern persist? Mark, good morning. Thanks for joining us on Coffee Talk. El Nino is definitely helping with this pattern. Going into hurricane season, we transition neutral and eventually into a La Nina. So I don't think it persists. Although I do think that this feature that we're watching in the Gulf will persist and come on in for hurricane season, perhaps. So there you go. Rainy Sunday for all, Dawn says. Yep. Shauna, when my boys were little, the middle one was on the top bunk and decided to grab the ceiling fan one night. Holy crap. Are we okay? I mean, how did that? I don't even want to know how that went. I don't even want to know. We're going to the Orlando Science Center today. Definitely got to get out of the house. Yeah, that's kind of Squires enjoy. That's kind of what we're thinking too. Yeah. Cindy says, but bunk beds allow so much more room for activities. Well, but when they're all in casts, which my kids would end up in if we had bunk beds, I feel like there's that. I do agree with you, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. May all Coffee Talk peeps have a beautiful day, Frank says. Good morning, sir. Given the pattern, the storms always seem to come on the weekends. Will the hurricanes hit on weekends too? Mother Nature doesn't know the calendar, so no. We'll be tracking hurricanes and tropical storms this upcoming hurricane season on every day of the week. Full body casts because boys are crazy. Lauren on YouTube said it right. Dorothy, do you think they will get the 500 in? Not today. Widespread rain, pockets of heavy rain. I do not think so. I do not think today will be the day. Eric, he was fine. Ceiling fan, not so much. This is the boy who bucks bulls. At least we learned how to do it at a young age, I suppose. Wow. That's wild. Larissa says, I'll be at the 500 today, and I'm sure tomorrow. Just wish they would call it before we leave. I agree. I don't know what it takes for them to call it, but I feel like we should call it. I just think we should call it. I don't know. Look, I don't know who. I'm not a NASCAR fan, admittedly, so I'm not the guy to talk to about this. But, like, talk to the TV partner, figure it out, because the forecast today is not looking great. Yeah. Joey keeps asking about 11 a.m. tomorrow on Futurecast. Almost clear tomorrow. Almost a clear scan for tomorrow. I mean, here's 10 a.m. and it's already basically clear. So, yeah. For the race that they are running at 11, it's looking fine. And then, into the afternoon, like, just call it. Somebody on Twitter said to me this morning, and I think it was pretty funny. where is it? Somebody said that it makes it just like Bike Week. If they were to just call it, make it like Bike Week, where it's just like a big party day. Let everybody just party. And I think that's the best way to look at it. Like, make it a party day. All right, so we're going to, it's going to be cloudy, it's going to be wet. We'll just party and do the race tomorrow. Sterling says, well, Eric, we're at Daytona now, and it's just spritzing. Sure. But are they going to race in spritzing? Well, actually, okay, good point. It's just spritzing, right? So let me pull up our live first warning Doppler radar. You're talking about spritzing, right? Like, yeah, that's because you're actually in a bit of a dry pocket. You see that? But it's not going to stay that way. Look at all the rain that's sitting just south and west of you around Lake County, around Paisley. All of those darker greens, that's going to be moving in your direction. So it may be just spritzing now, but it's not going to be that way through the day. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Excited for Costco to open across the street from the Speedway next week in Daytona. Yeah, I know my in-laws who live in Volusia County. I know they've got to be excited. And I'm excited because when I'm over there, it means I get to go check out another Costco. I always love good Costco. Taylor says they can't race in spritzing. NASCAR tires are bald. They don't have grip on the track like Indy cars. So any rain, they can't try. Oh, exactly. Well, that's it. Even if it's spritzing. But like you could see, there's that big gap of emptiness, but that's filling in. So spritzing or not. Matt says, OMG, there's no way we're going to be seeing the 500 today. I agree with you. Just not going to happen today. Yep. Lori says the air feels cleaner already. 100% agreed. But don't get too used to it. Like, I'm still suffering allergy-wise, and I've started today's day 2 of Flonase. So at least I've got that helping me. But, like, the pollen count's low, and then it's not. So even if it's clean now, it's not. Speaking of wonderful things, though, happening in the world, Christina Watkins,
Good
everybody.
Morning.
We've been talking about.
I heard you talking about allergies, and I am struggling too. My voice cracked on TV this morning.
16-year-old Christina today.
Seriously.
Adorable as can be.
Just wanted to come say hi.
Yep.
Stay dry, everybody.
Love that. Love that.
Movies.
Tim says he's going to watch movies. I haven't watched Apollo 13 in years.
Good idea.
But that James Horner soundtrack is still echoing in my head.
Hi, Cindy. Good morning. I look younger than you.
She is younger than me. She is.
Thank you.
She is. I don't want to ask.
Wifey says she loves my hair. Thanks, Jeannie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, thank you all. Oh, wait. Oh, hi, Miss Hodges. I did.
What?
I went to school with her daughter.
Oh, my gosh.
Kelly. Yep.
How funny.
I just talked to her through Instagram not too long ago, by the way.
Here's the thing. Christina and I are local kids,
Yes.
and there's just something so wonderful about working in our community where like things like that happen. Like,
Yes.
Was it last week or it was 2 weeks ago? You were doing a story on, was it a Black History Month story?
On Crooms Academy.
And we're sitting talking, I'm like, oh my God, she was my principal at Tuscaloosa Middle School. And like during the newscast, you start texting. It's just like, there's special moments.
It is.
Oh, Steph says go Silverhawks, just saying.
Oh
Oh my God, you and I are representing our schools today.
We are. Go Lions! William, yes.
William says you both need to pay. That William, I could send you the general manager's contact information. I could send you the vice president of the company, the president of the company.
Okay, I have to go do the
straight to the tower in New York. Christina's like, I don't want to get fired. You got Burris over here who's like, I go a little too far over the line. I don't know. I don't want any parts. Too funny. Too funny. Jessica says, no place like home. Meanwhile, my brother Frank says, that would be dangerous for me because I partied a lot. Frankie was a partier. That's correct. Okay. All right. Well, how much time? We have 55 seconds to TV, and it's Seamless Sunday, so I got to go. Thank you all for hanging out. It's going to rain today. It's going to be sprinkling early tomorrow, then clearing through the day. Tomorrow's going to be beautiful. Yeah, do the inside stuff today. Go out and play tomorrow. Sound good? Sound good. Thank you all for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I'll see you on TV in a couple of minutes, and we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for a much improved forecast on Coffee Talk. I don't know if Coffee Talk's going to be better. I pretty much get worse with age, so